Hi everyone.
Hello.
It's Judith and
Tizz.
Tizz for Tizz time. And we just wanted to say hello to everybody. We used to come and visit all different nurseries in Hillfields and see the children once a week on a Monday and a Tuesday. Because of the virus and the lockdown and staying at home, we haven't been able to come to Coventry for a very long time, really, Tizz. It was back in March. So we thought we could visit you like this. So we're going to do a little session today, which you can join in with if you like. And we're just together and we've got all our little things to show you. So hopefully you remember when we did our sessions at nursery, and it will be great that we can do something together today. So the first thing we did when we would get all together, I might need to remind the children a little bit. I bet you've forgotten. Don't you say, Tizz? Don't you say, Tizz? So this is the hint. Little white feathers. We used to do feather fingers. Good girl, well done. Okay, so this is where I'm going to talk a little bit and explain to your grown-ups, because they weren't there when we did all our fun things at nursery. So feather fingers is just about feeling calm in our body, helping our breathing to settle. So we reach our fingers up as tall as we can. We make our back lovely and straight, lift the rib cage, and then turn those beautiful fingers into soft, floaty feathers. And the feathers float down, slow down, through the air, gently floating as we take deep breaths into our lap. And we can take another breath. Blow it out. Relax our shoulders back.
Shake up the tension.
Yeah, okay. All ready to go. Now, the next thing we did is we had our beanbag bag.
Beanbag bag.
And the beanbag bag is full of beanbags for everybody to hold. And each child, when we met at nursery, everybody had a beanbag in their hand. And I'm so sorry. I do feel really sorry that you can't have a beanbag today because I don't have any way of giving them to you. But we'll hold a beanbag here. And if you've got something else at home that you would like to hold, maybe a teddy, or you've got a sock on the floor, or you could take your sock off if your grown-up is all right with that, something in your hand, and then you've got something to play with and fiddle with while we play with our beanbags here, okay? And as soon as I can come back to Coventry, I will make sure the beanbags come with me. Okay, yes. Zigzags or stars today?
Stars, please.
Stars today for Tizz. There you go, Tizz.
Thank you.
I'm going to have stars too, so we will
matching.
Okay, well done. So remember, the beanbag again is just something for us to have in our hands. We can smell it. Do you know what? They smelled really good when I used to come to nursery, and now, because nobody's looked after them for a while and they've been sat in their bag for such a long time, they just smell a bit boring and plain, don't they? Oh, that's okay. We can freshen them up again. Okay, so we've got our bean bags, and then we always had a little chat about these two little pictures. And there's a little story on the picture, isn't there? So should we say the story together, you and I, Tizz? Okay, it says, we all have the right to feel safe. Well done, Tizz. We all have the right to feel safe, and we looked at that picture with the little boy and girl, or two little girls or two little boys, I'm not sure, snuggled up in bed. For some children, bed feels safe and snuggly. For some children, I'll tell you a secret now, when I was a little girl, I felt very frightened in my bed, and I didn't like to go to bed. I had to have loads of lights on and people sit with me and stories, and so not everybody feels safe and snug in bed, and that is okay. But for these children, they feel safe there sleeping, okay?
We all have different safe spots.
That's true, okay? Here's the second story. And this one says, we can talk with someone about anything. That's right, Tizz. Well done. And there's all the little children on the bench having a little chat, maybe waiting for a bus, or just sitting waiting to go into nursery. Sometimes when it's time for your session, we need to wait and meet up like that. Okay, so we're just going to bear those two things in mind. And I thought, it's been very strange, hasn't it, being at home, and there's probably been grown-ups feeling a bit stressed and having conversations and talking with each other and feeling a bit worried. And
butterflies in my belly.
Yeah, you got a few butterflies hearing about all the news about the germs and the virus, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you're lovely and safe at home. That's why we're staying at home. Home is where we need to stay safe from germs. Okay?
Yes.
Germs, we're safe from germs. So what I thought we could do is we could share with them the activity that we did recently. So Tizz and I went for a walk, and this is something that you can do with your grown-up, okay?
Yeah.
We went for a walk looking for special rocks. Now, sometimes you find rocks with things painted on, but we were just looking for plain rocks, okay? So I'm going to show you. Now, we took this little bucket, but you can take whatever container you've got at home. I'll show you some different ones. There's a little sandwich box, that would work. There is a little yogurt pot that's been washed. Yeah, chocky yogurt pot, chocky chops.
Ooh, my favourite chocolate mousse.
I know. Or even, this didn't get dried very properly, a margarine container. Anything will do.
Yeah.
So if your grown-up has got anything like that, even something in the recycling, we always need to ask. You need to do this with a grown-up, okay? So then you can use whatever you've got and take it with you, and you're on the search for rocks. Now, so Tizz, we found some lovely rocks, but I wanted to explain to the children at home, first of all, about the size.
Yeah.
These rocks, little tiny weeny ones, are too small. You need a rock. Can I borrow your hand for a minute, Tizz? We need a rock that is the same size as the middle part of the hand. So see how that fits on Tizz's hand?
Perfectly.
Yeah? Like this. If we've got one that's very small and there's lots of space around it, too small, okay, for this activity.
And also, it may not be terribly safe if you have younger siblings or little animals.
That's right. So we don't want a little pebble, we want a nice sized rock.
Yes.
You might have to look round, it might take you a few days. Where you live in Coventry, there's not lots and lots of rocks, so you might need to find someone who's maybe got some in their garden or a driveway, and your grown-up can ask if you can have one of those, okay? Now when you find a rock, or 2 or 3 rocks, Tiz found loads, look, we've got all different ones. There's this white one, there's a different coloured one.
Now this one is quite big as well.
Yeah, this one's a good size, Tiz, that you found, isn't it? Well done. Okay, now, the next bit is really super important. When you've found the rocks, or one rock, you need to take it home, and you or your grown-up, or you can do it together, wash it with soap and water. You've got to wash the rock, okay? Because it's been outside, it's not very clean. Yeah, you need to wash your hands as well if you've picked things up like a rock.
Yeah.
Okay, this is why we need to do this with a grown-up. Okay, so we clean the rock. So these rocks are lovely and clean. They've had a nice wash in the sink and dried off with a towel. The next thing you can do, and again you need to check with your grown-up, is you can take some, because they don't even smell like anything. Rocks smell like nothing. Do you want to smell it, Tiz?
Especially if you've washed it.
Yeah. It just smells normal.
Rocky.
It smells rocky. So what you can do is take a tiny little bit with your grown-up of, this is just some hand cream. Your grown-up might have cream or body butter or something like that. Rub it on your hands so your hands are nice and soft. And then you can rub it onto your rock like this, and now smell that.
It's quite a relaxing smell as well.
Very relaxing, and it feels softer in your hand because it's a little bit slippery now and shiny. It's turning shiny because there's some oil in the cream. That's lovely. So now you've got something to hold and something to smell. And this can really, really help you to feel relaxed. It works the same as a bean bag. It doesn't look like a bean bag, okay? But it works the same. Something nice to hold in your hand. Now, like the bean bags, this needs to stay in your hand, in your lap, or on the floor, or in your pot. You can keep it in there, yeah? But we need to make sure we're not going to throw the rock. Wow, that would hurt and it would break something. And we need to make sure we don't put things in our mouths. Little kids do that, don't they? Little babies and things. But when we've got all our teeth and we're like 3 years old, we don't need to put anything in our mouth except our food.
We need to treat the rock with respect to make sure the rock does not get hurt. So keep it in your pot and do not throw it.
Okay, because we want the rock to feel safe as well. Is that what you're trying to say, Tizz? Yeah. Okay, so that smells lovely. I can't stop sniffing it.
Ooh.
Do you want to have a little hold of it then while we finish off? Okay? So remember the little steps we talked about. You're going to discuss this, talk about this with your grown-up, and then you take a container. You don't need a big one, you can just take a little one. Yeah. You've just got to make sure the rock is that size of your hand. It has to at least go out to the edges of your fingers, because that's a safe size for you to have, okay? Yeah. Then when we find the rock, we carry it home like this in the pot. And when we get back, wash it.
And wash your hands as well.
Wash your hands as well. Wash the rock with soap. And then ask your grown-up if they don't have any cream to put on it, it's okay. It will still be a lovely thing for you to hold, and it can be your special, cool, smooth rock, okay? But if somebody at home has got anything you can put on there, hand cream, even conditioner would work. We've just got to not put it in our mouths, because they're not things we can eat,
Not very tasty.
No, and might give us a tummy ache. But we make sure that it's lovely and smooth, and as I said, if you put some cream on, it'll make it nice and scented for you as well. So, gosh, that is all we have time for today, for Tizz time. So the last thing we need to do, and this is what we used to do at nursery, we get out the beanbag bag, and then all the children knew it was time to go. So we'll put our beanbags away. Is that okay, Tizz?
Thank you, Judith.
You are so welcome, my darling. All right, and I'm Judith, it's Tizz, and you can join us again for another episode of Tizz Time. Lovely to see you. Bye, everybody. See you soon. Bye.